Everybody good? You guys ready? All right. Yeah, first thing, my name's Rob Scheer, R-O-B-S-C-H-E-R-E-R. I'm a sergeant with the Phoenix Police Department's Public Affairs Bureau. Obviously, we're out on the scene of an officer-involved shooting here in the area of 25th Avenue and Buckeye Road. I'll go through a little synopsis of the information I have, and then I'll open it up for some questions. This incident began this morning around 3:35 when officers responded to the area of 27th Avenue and Van Buren, reference a shooting. Details on this call indicated that an individual in that area had fired multiple rounds in the vicinity of multiple victims, if you will, in that area. Officers arrived, acquired a suspect description and a suspect vehicle description, and did establish a crime of aggravated assault on at least one person involved in that incident. As the officers at this original scene were putting out that suspect description, that suspect vehicle description, other officers responding to the area, responding to that scene were in the area of 25th Avenue and Buckeye Road, where they came in contact with what they believed to be a vehicle matching that suspect vehicle description. And also the driver of that vehicle matching the suspect description that was given. A traffic stop was initiated on this vehicle. The driver of this vehicle did not comply, exited his vehicle and ran eastbound on Buckeye Road. Officers gave chase, giving commands. At one point during this chase, the man that exited the vehicle did reach towards his waistband, at which point an officer-involved shooting did occur. Medical aid was rendered to the man, but he was pronounced deceased on scene by the Phoenix Fire Department. Obviously, we're out here. We're going to be out here for a long time. As in all these investigations, we do kind of have a two-pronged kind of investigation. We have an internal investigation ongoing and a criminal investigation that are both out here and kind of concurrently working. We will be out here for an extended period of time. We appreciate the patience of the neighbors and the business owners in this neighborhood. Once we're complete, we will open everything up, and there may be a point where we kind of narrow this down if investigators see fit. And one last thing, we did locate a firearm on scene after doing the things we did, and we started canvassing 4 areas or 4 other pieces of evidence. Obviously, our investigators have a ton of work to do, canvassing for video, working the crime scene, doing those things that all these investigations see fit and what we have to do. So I'll open it up any questions you guys have.
Are there any witnesses who saw what happened?
So we do have witnesses at the original scene, and there are some witnesses, whether what they saw and specifics of what they saw, we don't have everything for available for release for that, but we do have witnesses at both scenes.
Is that suspect vehicle here?
The suspect vehicle still is on scene, within the crime scene behind me.
Is that going to be the white Explorer at the 25th Avenue Buckeye intersection at that little taco stand?
I don't have specifics on which one that is. The investigators will go through and obviously identify exactly which vehicle it is, and that obviously will be a big part of the investigation, being that there's still a lot of linking these 2 cases up forensically through video, through other witness statements and victim statements at the original scene, putting, if these 2 are related, putting those 2 together.
You said that it's a man.
Yes. Yeah.
He was running away, reached for his waistband. So was he shot in the back as he was running away?
I don't know specifics on that. Obviously, that'll be officially determined through a medical examiner evaluation as far as what location of the body this individual did suffer gunshot wounds. But obviously, we'll be able to maybe delineate some of that through the scene, but I won't have official stuff until obviously we get through that medical examiner examination and work with our partners through that office.
Like age or range of this man?
No, I just have adult male at this point.
Okay, and then the original scene, you said that it was an aggravated assault.
Yes.
Was someone shot at? Was someone assaulted? What was it?
Information.
Was anyone injured?
No, there was no injuries at that scene. We do have multiple people in the area, and multiple gunshots were fired. Obviously, you don't have to fire a gun to get a charge of an aggravated assault. You can point a gun at somebody also, but we do have multiple gunshots fired there. There is a crime of aggravated assault that was established in that preliminary investigation when officers originally arrived.
Was it like a party or a gathering?
No, it wasn't a party. As I understand, it was, you know, just a population that was in that area, and for whatever reason came in contact with the suspect of that aggravated assault. During which, you know, in the midst of that conversation or argument, that's when those shots were fired.
The police chief Sullivan was here. Is that common on a Saturday morning for him to come out to a scene like that?
Yeah, we have his executive staff, to include the chief, out on virtually every single critical incident like this. You know, they're out here to be part of that beginning investigation. They want to know firsthand what's going on, speak to everybody that's out here, and kind of just be in the know, you know, personally for that.
And then how many officers gave chase and how many shot at?
So 2 officers gave chase, and those 2 officers did fire their weapons. There was obviously other officers that came on scene shortly thereafter the officer-involved shooting, and then a little bit after to go through, you know, recontacting that suspect once the initial confrontation was done.
This is largely an industrial area. Was there concern you might be able to get in someplace here and hide? And it was good that you guys were able to make contact with him.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, if this is going to be the person from 27th and Van Buren, it's good to get a hold of someone that potentially has that violence potential. That's always a good thing. You know, foot pursuits are different than the vehicle pursuits. You know, most of the time, vehicle pursuits are going to stay on your roadway unless you kind of have an open area like we're in now. But those foot pursuits kind of change that dynamic. And as officers, when we're chasing, you know, we got to think you can jump walls, you can sneak through this, you can go through that. There's a lot more avenues of escape, if you will. Obviously, you can't go as fast, but there are different elements that officers are thinking when going through those foot pursuits. And then one last thing I'll give, I think and I'm sorry if I already gave this, time frame wise, 3:35-ish is when that original call for service came out. Officers located what they believe to be the suspect vehicle around maybe 3:40, 3:41, and then the actual officer-involved shooting took place around 3:42 this morning. So time frame, you know, in that 10 to 12, 15 minutes is, and it's just, it's a reminder how quick, even with 2 scenes, how quick these incidents take place.
So again, we don't have any individuals, right, in terms of the suspect showing the firearm or something like that?
At this point, obviously, this is very, very young in that span of investigation. You know, this briefing that we get, investigators get, is all preliminary information. They're going to go through and interview every officer that was here, every officer that even showed up afterwards. They're going to interview those officers that are involved. They're going to interview witnesses. We've got a whole other scene to take care of. Specifics like that will come out during that time. At this point, what we've learned to this point is that the individual did reach towards his waistband. After that was the officer-involved shooting, and that we do have a gun that is found on scene.
The scene looks like it's kind of starting to wrap up. At what point are leaving? Do you know how much longer it's going to be shut down here?
It's the people that are leaving are probably just, they're not really that investigative team. That investigative team will be out here for hours. This is one of those scenes that will take hours. And again, that investigative team on both parts, especially the criminal part, is going to kind of split and take the other scene up at 27th and Van Buren. So it's going to take an extended period of time. These always do. We very much appreciate the public's patience with this. You know, we have to give these type of investigations that due diligence, that time to really fine-tooth comb and not, you know, because we can't go backwards. Once we leave, we can't go backwards. So.
In regards to just the closure information here, is the scene contained between 24th and 25th, or does it extend further west from the 25th Avenue intersection?
I believe we're only to about 25th. I don't think we're any farther west. Obviously, that can change. We can move our scenes if we get some information through video that, hey, maybe 26th is involved. We may open it that far, or we may close it in depending on where we're at with that investigation. So that could change. But right now, obviously, Buckeye Road's closed. If you're coming through this area, try to work around. If you live north or south, get that direction before you get to Buckeye. And then just be patient with us. We'll open this area up once it's concluded.
Do you have any info on the officers? Are these younger officers?
I don't have specifics on that.
Supervisor?
Yeah, I don't have specific. They're officers. They're not sergeants or lieutenant level. They're officers. I will have that. That's part of our 14-day transparency policy in our CFBs. We'll always list, you know, where these officers were assigned to and their years of service at the time of the shooting. So I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much. I will get any other information out through media advisory and then keep updating throughout the day if I have it. Cool? Thank you.